This Three Beards Media podcast may contain mature themes and may not be suitable for all audiences.
So I don't know how long this episode gonna be. What up, Marcus?
What up? Because y'all down 7-3. You
come on, man. Come on. It's early. Why you even gotta go there, man?
I asked why.
Just because y'all up 6-3. Come on, man.
He talked it up. Scoop and score. He put
went out of bounds. Went out of bounds. I hope my internet faster than yours so I can just talk shit.
But y'all have position. It's your team, though.
I know.
Position when it went out of bounds, so it's still yours.
I know. It's okay. I know. Don't worry about it. I'm looking at what the refs say.
This is sloppy.
Man, so, hey, welcome to Side of Storm. We back another week. Hey, it's weird doing it every week, right? like clockwork on schedule, man.
Consistency, baby.
Hey, that's what it's about. I heard Shipley was telling us our numbers earlier. And yeah, man, we doing good. Y'all really listening to us. The 2-minute snippets. I guess we gotta do 7-second snips because average attention span is only 7 seconds. So just make 7-second snippets and put them out 18 times a day. I don't know where 18 came from, but we just gonna throw that out there, But hey, Side of Storm, Big Play Curvey, Marcus Fleiser Sr., your boy George Trice. Man, we had hanging out today, man. It's a good day. 2 Monday Night Football games. I got them on in the back. Hey, I love the YouTube TV because if it's 4 games on, it's 2 games on. Basketball, WNBA, and NBA playoffs, they had them all on the same screen, so I can put both games on tonight on one screen.
I gotta look.
It's cheaper. It's like $65 a month.
I gotta look.
And I get all the channels I want. Like on Saturday, I have 4 games on.
Is it only sports or is it
only sports
TV?
right now? Only sports right now. They don't have where you can do multiple other streams, but if a sporting event is on, then you can do the multiple streams on that. So,
and you got that Sunday ticket too?
I didn't pull the trigger.
So I got it because I opened another line. So I got Verizon had a special where if you open another line or whatever, you get it for free. Okay. So I got that Sunday ticket and it gives you that multi-view. So it'll let you pick any 4 games you want and you can have them up there at once and click on it. I was like, oh, YouTube they're trying to change the game up a little bit.
Man, I was talking to the wife. I'm like, I might pay for that and do it. They were giving since I got YouTube TV, they were talking about $50 off. And then, DraftKings or FanDuel, like if you have an account there, they're giving everybody $100 off. But it's just like, it depends on if we win this game tonight. I'm not a fair weather fan. I'm always going to support the Browns. But if we win this game tonight and we go 2-0, then I'll get it. If we lose this game, then I'm gonna think about it for a couple more weeks because I gotta see what happened. You gotta plan for that. You got plan for that. It's like $400, $350 or whatever it is.
Yeah. I gotta instantly cancel this as soon as this is over with. Ain't about to trick
right?
me.
but the thing is this year though, is like watching the Steelers, which I hate watching the Steelers. We got Iowa State there. We got Iowa State on the Lions. We got Iowa State on the Jets. We got Iowa State on Green Bay. I mean, we got the players out there. Hold on, Denny. I am not a fair weather fan. Do not put that up there. Shit, take that off the screen. Shit. Man, Denny, you know what? I was gonna get you that shirt. I don't know if I'm gonna do that now. Man, messed up. But NFL on the night, my Browns on, and then Marcus is already texting crap about his Saints. So it's both low scoring games right now, so I ain't worried about it.
We both got new quarterbacks that's trying to
Yeah. My quarterback was in the massage parlor before the game, so he's relaxed. He's good. Jabbing. But yeah, but we talking about my light all messed up. We're talking about NFL right now. So I'm I'll bring this out. Brees the Beast box.
Hey.
He got it. It's like it's basically a Cinnamon Toast Crunch knockoff. So I got 2 boxes. I got one to eat to try. My kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so I'm gonna try a little bit of theirs. I don't eat a lot of cereal. I eat Raisin Bran. Denny, stop saying. I know. I'm sorry for me too. I'm trying to change the subject. I don't want to talk about the Browns right now. So we got this going on right now. But hey, he's gonna sign my box, and I'm gonna sign the Jack Trice boxes for him. So we gonna do that exchange. But speaking of Brees, I've been trying to look at Twitter and social media a little bit more, and we were just talking about that before we got on. 4 catches. Calling out the OC, saying he needs more than 4 catches. You got a cereal, and you went out with a season-ending injury last year, and you're back, and you're only getting 4. I know they want to limit time, they want to limit it, but if he's feeling sure about his knee, if he's feeling sure about his stance, if he's feeling sure about how he's worked out to prepare to come back, feed that man. Feed him.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of get where they're coming from a little bit because, coming from a guy who had 3 ACL surgeries, like that knee would get fatigued quick. Mm-hmm. Like it can be stable, all of that is fine, no injuries or whatever. But when it starts to get fatigued, then the rest of those little small ligaments and muscles around the joint start to get fatigued. And us as high level elite athletes, we're gonna fool our body, we're gonna fool our minds to do it. And, having those fast switch muscles, it'll put you in a position that your body is probably not ready for, and that's probably what they're just preparing them for and trying to protect them from a little bit. So I kind of get it. I mean, at the same time, us being Iowa State, alums and fans, we want to see our guy out there putting up big numbers. So I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude would have had he easily would have ran away with the Rookie of the Year, like had he been healthy. But to come out and rip that long run off, I get that. Trying to make sure he's okay. But I think we can limit it to 10 carries instead of 4. You know what I'm saying? Like just a couple more, give him a bigger chance. But because you still have to work him back into some sort of game shape too. That's
exactly. If you ain't playing football and you're not playing contact, you're gonna be fatigued. You see that in all these players coming back. TJ Watt, I think, was coming back. Everybody that comes back from these injuries. Yeah, I know you want to protect them, just like we wince when Purdy gets hit. We all wince when Purdy gets hit. Like I understand it, but we need Quinn Latifah out there, like just right. When she went out there, your knee will not fail you. He's saying it's not gonna fail me. Go do what you do, So we need Brees the Beast to go out there. I mean, he got cereal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what other Iowa Stater got cereal? Marcus, you was on a box, weren't you? Were you on a box or something?
I was on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
We ain't talking about Sports Illustrated. Come on, why you? I'm talking about cereal.
I mean, no. Oh, I mean, come on now. This we talking about 23 years ago. This is now where NIL deals and marketing is crazy. And all that is happening. But we talking about 23 years ago. Wasn't nobody on the cover of Wheaties but MJ, and he was retired. Like, come on now.
Right.
True. That's what's up. Yeah, but you got the cover of Sports Illustrated. It's all good. That works out too. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet.
Little humble brag there.
I know he threw it out there. We talking about cereal. We talking about on the cover of the magazine.
I'm telling you, bro, I would have did it too. So I ain't mad at it.
Oh man, but I am stalling. I'm trying to think of everything I can think of to talk about before we get into what we gonna talk about. But one of the things I do want to talk about is we keep talking about Jack Trice, and I'm not comparing and contrasting things, but there has been a lot of harassment notes and death threats to Colorado State for the late hit on Hunter. So Hunter's a two-way player, and I was out there when for Coach Prom's second game at Colorado. So I was there for the first home game last week at the Iowa game. So I did not see the Iowa game, that week because I was out there and Hunter was hurt there. But he's a two-way player, and when he gets hurt, it's something special there. It's like you gotta replace a person that's playing two-way, and to play with a spleen or a liver, a split liver. Play now. Luckily today we can talk about this and say, Jack died from broken collarbone was part of it, but internal bleeding, and it wasn't much you can do for the internal bleeding. You couldn't diagnose it. You didn't have the equipment and things like that to really tell. You can say, you're in pain. You don't know where that's from. Luckily, the doctors, have this. He played with this lacerated liver, but he still got out there and played. But a dirty hit, late hit. I understand, set 2 overtimes, Colorado coming back on you and winning this game, but dirty. Was it dirty or was it just, chippy? What y'all think about it? Did y'all see it, hear about it?
No, dirty as hell. I mean, it's one of those things. It's obvious. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like the ball was clearly out of bounds. Your momentum can carry you so far, but it's one of those things where he's like, "Oh, that's Travis. I'm gonna hit his ass." I mean, it's simple, and that was hella uncalled for. I'm surprised there wasn't a bigger reaction from the sideline either, to be honest, because it happened right on Colorado's sideline. I just knew the benches was about to be cleared and all that to come after Buddy Head. But I mean, this is a day and age where information travels quick. So you start doing stuff like that against he's Colorado's darling. I mean, he's the talk of the town right now. And you put a hit on the dude like that and he's out now. Oh, yeah, they're gonna come for your neck. And these people know where you live. They can Google map your house. It don't take nothing. So they'll be at your mama's front door. So he brought all of that stuff on himself, man.
So by the time the game ended on Saturday, both Henry and his mother's cell phone numbers had been published on the internet. They've been inundated with threatening calls and text message. Henry's campus address and family's home address were also published. So you look at it, they coming after this boy's head. Because again, you that was dirty. It was just dirty. Marcus, what you think, man?
Yeah, it definitely was the definition of targeting. I mean, he wasn't the primary defender. It was what do you call it? Unprotected receiver. What you call it?
Yeah.
Defenseless
receiver. Yeah.
He was defenseless totally. The play was pretty much over. I don't think he had a chance to even catch the ball, and for him to come as a secondary defender and to lay that kind of hit, and to have that kind of injury to occur. I don't know if there's something, the NCAA or, the Pac-12, they're going to look into it and, maybe suspend that guy the next game because it definitely was a malicious hit. But, you saw at least Shador came because, now he like, damn, that's my number one target. That's my guy on offense and defense. And so when things like that occur, it's unfortunate, but that even I think that put him up a little bit higher mentally because he really got locked in then. The first half was, it was a slow type game. They were really, really hype about everything that was going on. But once that kid locked in, man, that kid locked in and he just slow walked the whole entire game. Got the guys in the position that he needed to get them in, even without Travis. That was the big thing. What is he going to do without Travis? What is he going to do without Travis? And he showed his elite skill set on Saturday night. And I mean, it was a thing to watch. It was a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah.
I stayed up all night to watch that Joker too.
Man, I mean, it was late for you, man. Because for me, I mean, it was like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, man, this is a long. I mean, it's coming on late, but man, you was up till like 1 o'clock in the morning, probably.
Yeah, it was right at 1, I think.
Right at 1, yeah. I mean, it was, but you couldn't turn it off though.
I was like, hey, I was doing this. I said, oh, you tripping? Like, get up, get up, get up.
Right,
stand
right.
up and walk around the room.
What's crazy with the way the world's changing? We always, I mean, I watch, I always talk about, I always have movie references, and so I think about like Drumline, and like halftime is game time. We talk about in the South, but then you got Dion coming to Colorado. Lil Wayne came out in front of Deion Sanders. Lil Wayne came out and did a performance before the game, walking out of the tunnel of Colorado. I was there 2 weeks ago, and T.O. was there. He was in the stands. Who else was there? Like it was
Wu-Tang
like
there that week too.
He was there last week too.
Wu-Tang was there. Yeah, it was a bunch.
Yeah, because I think didn't Shannon Sharp say that T.O. is facially challenged or something like that on Undisputed this morning? He was talking about T.O.'s looks. Shannon Sharp, he talking about T.O. I mean, I believe that. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying Shannon Sharp talking about T.O. I mean, whatever. But yeah, no, I mean, he just had the star power out there. I mean, and this is changing college sports. And this is changing Colorado, like for sure. Because you don't have nothing to root for in the Broncos right now. So Colorado, coming and doing their thing the way they are. Yes, he had to come back, but his son is going to be in the talks for Heisman. Like,
yeah.
It's
he deserves it too.
He's playing. He's showing what he can do on a bigger stage. To go do it at a smaller stage in Jackson State. Now, my cousin's an alumni of Jackson State. Shout out to my cousin Sean Lovings. But to go out here and do it again, a team that was 1-11 last year. The average ticket sale last year was $122. This year so far it's $517 for a ticket to get in the game. Now, luckily, like I said, we planned this game at the end of last year before Dion got there, so that's why I was in second row. I ain't paid none of that. I ain't paid nowhere none of them. So it's like you look at that and see what he's done for this school so far, this community. Even read something earlier that his sunglasses, that line or whatever sunglasses making, they made $1.2 million in like a day.
It's up to 4.5 million now. 4.5 million.
For them shades, that's how much. Wow,
it's called marketing, son.
That's it.
It's called marketing.
I only take my glasses and hat off when I'm talking to adults. I don't take them off when I'm talking to children.
The CEO just said they found their Jordan of sunglasses.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? They got like 70,000 pairs on pre-order.
On back, yeah. I mean,
it's crazy. But
now I look at like America's Best. They got Jamie Foxx got glasses. And Sophie Vergara got glasses over there. And them some big names. But I know they ain't doing 4.2 million in pre-sales.
Not in a week.
Not in a week.
Right.
Man. I mean,
pretty much the weekend after he said what he said.
Yeah.
And then he handed out the glasses the night before the game. Come on now. And then he backed it all up.
He was a genius, man. People don't give him enough credit. That dude is a marketing genius. Between him and all of his team, like it is unreal the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, you think about this stuff, and you're like, man, nobody would ever do something like that. And he's like, you know what, I'm doing it. Yeah. This guy, I mean, like, it's prime time. It's Dion. Like, he had me using my Cricket making a shirt. I made a shirt for the game. Like, you think about that. Like, you go out the game, you're like, man, I got to be in it. I'm a band. I'm gonna jump on this bandwagon. Like I said, I saw so many black people in Colorado at the game. I'm like, Colorado, these black people don't live here.
They ain't never been that many in Colorado either.
Nope.
Ever.
My wife has a Cricket. Why do you have a Cricket?
I use it for the nonprofit.
Okay.
I make stuff to sell, prototype. That's why I got a Cricket.
I got
me and your wife are crazy.
She has a nonprofit too. So I mean, as long as they, all I did was ask.
Well, why can't if I wanted to crochet, if I wanted to make blankets, like why can't I do that? I mean, what if I needed to do that? Like, you see the movie Demolition Man? Wesley Snipes came out, the ice, knowing how to do kung fu and karate. Sylvester Stallone came out knowing how to crochet. Like, sometimes you just gotta crochet,
You Asian us now, boy.
I know, man. That's a great movie though. Demolition Man was a great movie. It's a great low budget movie, man. Like them B-rated movies, man. I love B-rated movies, man. Love them.
Probably watch Tubi now, right?
My wife watched Tubi. We had to sign up for an account because you got everything on there.
I can't do Tubi.
I was trying to find Out All Night.
See what?
Your mic went out.
Got nothing. Your mic went out.
Did you unplug it? He tried to come with the new technology on us tonight. But he got Bluetooth. He didn't charge it up.
I charge it up, but it's a new one. I was trying to do something different right now. Trying to be able to be mobile.
Right.
These are my work headphones, so I tried to use them on my personal computer.
But
anyway,
come with the truck driver joints.
That's what I was saying.
Hold on. You be seeing them walk around. You be seeing them walk around in the truck stop in the one ear.
Right.
I'm like, who are you talking to? The moon? Like, what is going on? Man, antennas on, and I can't stand neither one of y'all. But anyway, like I was
saying, they're talking to Verizon.
Hey, I'm talking to the space shuttle right now. Leave me alone.
Man.
But yeah, I mean, Tubi. We ain't gonna talk about that. Anyway, we ain't gotten a lot of comments out there. And Ship, I put something out there. Ship, I see Shipley back there smiling. He ain't on camera, but he is cheesing his ass off, shaking his head at us because he's like, y'all are some fools right now. But like Ship, like I told you, I'm procrastinating.
Well,
you got it.
I mean, we got to get to it. Might as well get to it.
So before we get to it, let's just jump into this Rebelton. Rebelton sponsor us. 3 Biz Media. Let's throw into this Rebelton. Let them know what they up to. Let's talk about Lucy. Let's roll it.
At Rebelton Distilling Company, everyone has become a part of the Rebelton family. From the Taylors and their daughter who helped perfect their award-winning gins, to the team who installed Lucy, our 33-foot-tall custom-made still, right down to the local farms that provide our coveted corn, and even the cows on those farms who consume our mash byproduct. Want to see the farm to flask come to life? Now you can tour Lucy and find out where we take Iowa's harvest and transform it into our finest spirits. Choose between a 45-minute tour or find out even more by scheduling a VIP behind-the-scenes tour to get the taste of the full Rebelton experience. You can visit them at 1400 West Clay Street in Osceola, Iowa, or find all of Rebelton's award-winning spirits at any local grocery or spirits retailer.
That's what's up. Hey, I like this view better, shit.
That view is nice.
Why haven't we been using this the whole time?
That is nice.
Man, he over there playing around with stuff. I like that shit. This is where we're gonna go from now on. I like it.
That's what he uses.
I know he uses for him. He's shaking his head back there. He don't want to put it on us. But I want to say this. Brent, if you lost 5 of your best associates and employees for your shop right now, how would your business do?
Oh shit, I wouldn't be on this podcast. That'd be tough sledding.
Yep. I mean,
there's no way to truly compete. Well, for me, obviously, in a business like that, your 5 best guys out, man, it's tough to do it.
Tough to do it. Brandon, I'm a movie guy, so he out here quoting Bad Boys for Life. When Martin get in the car, you gonna leave me to go get the car in a gunfight? It seems like that shooting, that gunshot that improved your driving. So, but yeah, so big play, you wouldn't be able to really do what you want to do. I am glossy right now. I want to let the fans know this is not sweat. This is Aquaphor. I'm moisturizing my face. I washed it.
What?
I'm moisturizing it. Aquaphor. It holds the moisture in. It tries to forget all that oilable lay stuff. Forget that Citral. Forget that, Cerave. Aquaphor healing ointment. Moisturize the face. Not Vaseline. Not castor oil. Aquaphor. And I got a cricket, Marcus. So shut up. I'm tired of your attitude right now.
We've already established that.
But yeah, as the big play said, you lose 5 of your best employees, your best associates, your best comrades. You are not going to be in the same position. Marcus, in your job, in your day to day, you lose 5 of your best. What's going to happen in your world?
Man, things are gonna be shaken up. We're gonna falter. it's going to be tough sledding at that moment. You know, for it to happen all of a sudden, you know, you're going to have to try to do the best to, you know, rebound as quick as possible, but it's not going to be, you know, an overnight thing.
Yeah. And the purpose of that question is what Iowa State's dealing with right now. You know, again, you have a game plan for a certain amount of time. Just like, you know, we were talking about Brees last year, tore his ACL, was on his pace for rookie of the year, season-ending injury. You know, so that game plan they had to run the ball. You know, their number two didn't have as many snaps as Brees did. You know, their number three didn't have that many snaps, so they had to replace what Brees was doing on pace for rookie of the year, and they had to pivot on a dime. So when I look at this and I say, people are calling for this man Matt Campbell's head. Like now, if the situation was different, I'm gonna be real with you. Situation was different, and we lost to Iowa this year, and he had all five of his starters, and we lost to Iowa, and we lost to OU. Conversation would be different. I'm not gonna say the conversation would be different. You can have your opinion about that, but again, you're not on the sideline doing his job. You know, you in the stands watching this man do his job. You in the stand watching these kids do their job. Like, and the kids ain't even their job; it's their second job. They're a student athlete. And so for the fans to be out there talking down on these kids, again, I understand the death threats for Hunter, you know, for the dude that hit Hunter. I understand that because that was dirty. But this is a coach that has done more for us so far in his tenure of 8 years, going into his eighth year, than has been done in a while. Coach McCarney has done a lot of great things. You know, but in this era right now, this the Coach Campbell era, and he lost five of his top players during practice. What do? You pivot. You try to figure out what you can do to still be successful when you won. What did we win? Four games last year. You know, we went four and 8 in the conference or something like that. I got to find those stats. But when you look at those things, like how we finished in the conference last year, what was it? Let's see. Let me just get it real quick. 4-8 was our record. We were 1-8 in the conference, so we lost a lot of conference games. We were 4-8. We had a bad year, going through some transition, losing our number one quarterback. Stop calling for this man's head. You know what I mean, Marcus? You put a post out there. You know, I know I think you got in the Twitter world before with like Trump or something like that. A while back, somebody was commenting on your post before, like a long time ago. You always get somebody high up, you know, saying something to you.
Well, hey, it is what it is. I mean, first of all, for the most part, you know, you're not gonna beat my ass, so you might as well.
That's it. First and foremost,
get on the Twitter, right? Get on the Twitter with your thumbs.
Thumb wars, the thumb wars,
thumb thugs,
thumb thugs.
I mean,
yep, from last season.
But at the end of the day, you know, I'm just speaking facts. Like, you know, I don't speak from emotions. I don't speak for biases or anything like that. I speak, you know, from facts. Like you said, had we had our total team, you know, our QB1 mainly to start off with, and the rest of the guys that we lost, unfortunately, you know, we can understand that. But still, with these games we've lost, with what we've lost, we still hadn't gotten blown out. So he's trying to weather the storm. He's trying to figure everything out. You know, before, you know, I try not to get into too much of the political realm anymore now. You know, I speak on whatever things that I'm feeling at the moment. So even now with the sports, you know, I'm going to say what I say how I feel, you know, engage with a couple people off and on or whatever. And then I'm just going to let it do what it's going to do. I don't tweak or go onto X or whatever, or Instagram or Facebook. It's not a check that's coming to my mailbox or my bank account or anything from that. It's just all, you know, totally organic about how I feel. And if you don't feel the same way, I respect that. But at the same time, it's opinion. So, you know, it needs to get to the point to where it's that and leave it at that. You know, we're not trying to make you be Iowa State fans. We're not trying to make you be Iowa fans or whoever else's fans. You know, you have your right to have your opinion, but at the same time, you have the right to try to change other people's opinions. As adults, we should be as adults to be able to agree to disagree and move on. Mm-hmm. But no, he's not on the hot seat. If you think he's on the hot seat, you lost your damn mind.
You don't understand the game. You don't understand what he's doing if you want to put him on a hot seat this year. And then another fact that I didn't bring up, but shit brought up was that I think 4 or 5 kids got a food poisoning or something like that too. So everybody is like basically everybody. It was something going on that was not just missing the 5 players, but then your players that's there not at 100% because of food poisoning or whatever. Those are other things that are doing out there. But these kids out there playing their ass off even through that stuff. So you got to look at that. And then the other point is, a lot of schools wanted Campbell, want to give him millions, and he wanted to stay with us.
Right.
From a small school in Toledo to come out here, say I'm committed to this. We're committed to him. But you got to lead. You got to lead this dude along. Like this year's a mulligan. I mean, I'm a golfer. This year's a mulligan. It's just really hey, I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna post that one right now. This is what Denny said. It's not Matt's fault. Both kept the best coach we've had since McCarney. It's hard to lose, but we have to trust the process. So again, yes, we're upset we're losing. We're upset we're 1-2. I get that. But in the same breath, we have reasons why. So this is not a normal season. It's just like when COVID happened. That wasn't a normal year. Most of us probably don't even remember that years. Like, man, that year went by fast. We was all stuck in the house. It's just, you got to give this man some grace. And that's why I posted on Twitter today, like, hey, send us your comments. Like, what do you think? Because we will go out there and say it because we want to know what you want to say and what you're thinking. But we don't want you to be hiding behind your thumbs, like I said, thumb thugs. We don't want you hiding behind that. We want you to have a conversation about it and think about it from a rational standpoint. We all love sports. We all can get emotional in it, but we got to take the emotion out. We got to take the emotion out. It's like when I moved back to Ohio, I'm eating wings. LeBron goes on TV and says, I'm leaving to go to Miami. I'm taking my talents. I'm mid bite, like this dude didn't just say that on TV. Understand that he needed to leave because Cleveland didn't do what they needed to do, and they didn't put the pieces around him to be successful. So as a Cleveland fan, damn, we lost LeBron. But as a business and as a sports fan in general, understanding the business of it, he had to do what he had to do. Yes, it was wrong. Just donate the $1 million, LeBron. Just donate the $1 million. But other than that, I'm not really feeling it. So this is Beth, but Beth, this isn't really Beth. This is John speaking right now because John just texted me and asked me how can you make a comment. So he must be on his wife's account. John, are you on your wife's account? It says you just need to understand, Coach didn't leave when he could have. He's earned the right. He's earned the right for us to give him time. And that's true. Beth, let me put this other one up there. You already got up there. Ship gambling, food poison, new OC, new O-line coach. And those are the things that I was going to talk about too. Is Ryan, offensive line coach, first year. Jordan for the running back special teams coach, first year. Noah for the wide receivers, first year. Hank for the cornerbacks, first year. We have some tenure, but 5 of our top 8 coaches all in their first year. We've gone through a rebuilding standpoint. The head coach is the same, and we want to blame the head coach all the time. But the people, the players under him, he's been putting players in front of him to help him to build something. To go from a 4-8 season last year, he went out and got some people to come out here to try to help him to do what he can't do. He can't be at all odds all the time, everywhere. He needs these players to be there, and he has to have a support team, his cabinet of advisors. And so, again, a lot of new faces, a lot of new players. And when you think about the roster, I was looking at this, and what was I saying? Like, on offense, we just have, all our running backs are never played. They're new. Our quarterbacks, new. Some of the major players, our center, cool. Our tackles, pretty much standard. But again, we have a lot of change this year with this team. And again, get this man some grace.
I mean, man, simply put, anybody that has played football or any sports for real, anytime there's a new transition on the offensive side of the ball, it's going to take at least 5 to 6 games for the offense to start making sense. That's just what it is. So they'll go through spring ball, they do all of that, but when you start playing, conference ball and getting those reps under your belt, things start to look a lot more cleaner. Game calls will start to be a little bit more clear to the OC. O-line starts to pick up stunts a lot better, so on and so forth. So I think game 5 or 6, our offense will be a ton better than they are right now. in my opinion. I mean, got a fresh quarterback, game speed's different. I mean, you know, Marcus going from high school to college and then college to the pros, it is what it is. Like, it's different.
Right.
Learning curve like any job, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just a lot of these people want everything to happen right now, and you know, a lot of them never made it past middle school ball. So that's why it's like, I'm not wasting my time talking to you about why Matt Campbell should stay. Y'all are fucking idiots, if I'm being honest. Excuse my language, but y'all are tripping. He ain't going nowhere. This dude's brought way more success than anybody else has brought to this school and notoriety. Iowa State ain't been on the map and have not put this many guys in the league since before he's got here. So chill the hell out.
So,
you know,
so to your point about that, you know, you both, you know, I stopped at high school. You both have gone to the next level and the next level. So you all have been 2 levels up, 2 levels deep in this. And you all have had, I know, Marcus, you've had coaching changes, college and professional. Brent, I know you've had them too. What do we tell these guys? Come on in. What do we tell these guys? What do we tell these people looking at this outside of what you just said? What is the keys to these next few games? What's the key to this weekend?
To the players or to the, you know, the fans?
To the fans. To the fans. What I mean, Brent said what he wanted to say. I know you agreed with him, but what do you say to these? We're going to Oklahoma State. First conference game is coming up. These first 3 games, again, I don't know why we play Iowa and UNI. I want to take them off our schedule sometimes because you don't know what's going to happen either way. But again, they're not conference games. You want to play some games to build up, but those are 2 tough games to have at the beginning of a season when you have 5 new coaches of positions.
Right.
So what are you thinking, Marcus?
Well, basically, what Brent said is such the dynamic of it all is so much faster when people understand. You know, as time goes on and the season evolves, then you're starting to pick up different things. You know, like you said that, you know, in spring ball, we had a different quarterback that was here. You know, the Jets is dealing with it right now with, you know, Zach Wilson having to be the quarterback because Aaron Rodgers went down 4 plays into the season. Now they, you know, with the whole scheme and everything that they were preparing for, you know, even though they do have a quarterback back there, it should be better than what he is, being the number 2 pick. You know, the pundits feel. You know, it still wasn't his schemes. You know, the O-line, the receivers and everything, they haven't been going through the first team reps with him. And so now it's different. And so as the season progressed, they figured things out more and more and more. I remember, you know, when we had that transition in between my freshman and sophomore year when Larry Stacey came in from Tim Floyd. And they were great friends, coached a lot of light, totally different coaches. And you talk about on a different level of confusion and everything. And so I had to, you know, reprogram my game, my mental fortitude. Shit, ask Stevie Johnson. Stevie said the same thing. Like it's just something totally different that we had to figure out. And we had to put in more time. We had to, you know, get it together. My sophomore year, we didn't have the best season, but by that junior year, you know, had a couple more additions. Of course, the great Jamal Tinsley came in and, you know, was able to move, you know, the shooter Mike Nurse to the 2, and now we're able to roll. We got Kentrell Horton that came in, you know, and then you put me at the 5 and Stevie at the 4. Now we got that cohesive unit. We got the coaching staff that we've been with for a year, and now we can figure this thing out and roll these wins in. But you can't, you know, we're 3 games into the season from a guy that we've said over and over and over again. You know, I would like to know some of those checks that was thrown at him and he chose to stand names. You know, and so like that one clip where, you know, he turned around and got upset at the guy. He has the right to be upset because he's like, dude, you don't have no idea what I'm going through and what I've had to go through, and probably what I turned down in order to be loyal to this fan base, to this university, and I'm fighting to get to the next step. And you just want to make a comment because you're a fan. You know, you pay $27, $30 to stand on the sideline or not on the sideline, on the grassy knoll on that side or whatever to watch the game. Yeah. Like, man, be quiet. Like, let the season progress on. And again, if we had our whole team, the players that we lost, we would totally understand, like, okay, what's going on? This don't seem right. We should be progressing in a different direction. But now you got to get this guy got a chance to turn this thing around.
And you hit on it, you know, that clip about the guy, you know, trying to talk to Campbell is like, no when is the right time. That was not the right time.
Right.
Like as a fan, you know, I understand like your passion and things like that. The right time. That's all it is. You know, just pick your battles, man, because like you're going viral for some things that you could have you know, prevented. Just because you wanted to be an asshole and a dick to him. Like, you know, again, he's trying to figure out, and a lot going through his mind to do this, to fix this for you to be happy. Like all he's doing, everything he's doing is for these fans to be happy. You know, trying to run a program, trying to have his kids graduate, trying to, you know, trying to do the right things for the program, you know, overall, among on top of everything. And that's what people aren't understanding. So, you know, he's loyal to us. We be loyal to him. And I just realized, man, like, dude is a year younger than me. I'm like, damn, man, this young dude, man.
Right.
I could be like 42 years old. Like, you know, he's out there doing his thing. You know, let him live. Let him do his thing, man. Before we we're gonna keep going with that, but I did want to say, Jeremy, thank you for putting that out there. I do not have any Rebelton at my home in Arizona.
Me either.
Oh, in Vegas, there's no Rebelton in Vegas either. You know, so Vegas and Arizona, we right now we drop states.
Right. We know we're in the desert, but you know.
But Big Play, do you have any Rebelton in your home?
Well, I'm.
Hey, you
I'm
know what?
out,
It's over. It's over. Mute. You tapped out. Man, sorry, my dog's out there. Somebody just rang my doorbell.
Buying my bottles for the past couple of months. You know what I'm saying?
Let's bring Ship in to see what Ship answer is.
Ship, want to jump on here real quick?
What his answer is?
Yes, sir. What are you asking me to illegally
He acting like
ship?
you don't know the question.
You've been here listening to it.
I don't know publicly on the airwaves that I should state that I would ship Revelton illegally through the USPS mail. So I definitely won't do that.
Word.
Don't do that.
Gotcha. Wink.
Right. Yeah.
Got it.
Hey, Michael, you want one of these hats, man? What I mean, I got the black line in the middle of it, man. This hat is pretty dope. But the people that got it from, it's a Nike Swish hat, Flex Fit. They don't have more of this one, so I'm trying to get some more made. But I got to find a new maker of this with our new logos and everything like that. As we
pull out your cricket, George. Just pull out your cricket. Just pull your cricket out and make some.
Hey, Ship, you can get off the podcast now. You can go back to the background now. Hold on, you go back to the background now. We're gonna go back to the other view. Get off, Ship. Man,
Go drink your Revelton.
Oh man. So what John talking about? John moved over to his YouTube. See, Beth, we love you because you letting your husband take over your stuff because he don't know where to go on there. So we appreciate that. What did John and Beth say? Not just any program, but a program that grows young boys into awesome young men with great class and character. Servant leaders, just wins is really shallow. He did the staff. He and his staff do so much more. You're 100% right. You know the what they're bringing to Iowa State in these years. What it's come to. You know, without Coach Campbell, Jamie Pollard wouldn't have Sci-Town. You know, Jamie Pollard wouldn't have people mad because they got to walk from one side to tailgate to the other side because we would just be a horrible school with no tailgating, you know, no family, no atmosphere. But again, he's doing this. He's there for a reason. He has something to prove. And by y'all doubting him this year and calling for his head when he's lost so much, he's just going to try to prove it to y'all even more. You know, and that's just the kind of dude he is because he's not listening to this. He knows it's out there. You know, he's always known it's out there because they're always naysayers. You know, somebody always gotta be negative to it. You know, and we all fall for it. I get negative sometimes too, but you know, again, Oklahoma State first game in conference play. I will be back for it. I am going to see Big Play while I'm in town. I am going to see Big Play while I'm in town, even if I got to go over to his crib say what's up for like 5 seconds. You know, I don't know what my schedule is yet. He always get on me.
Yeah.
But I will be in town.
That's
you know. Yeah. So I got you. Technology. Hold on. Beth, John's wife is kidding him. Technology is not a thing for John. Hey, Beth, he was texting me. So luckily I got a Mac, so my text messages are coming on my computer. And I saw his text. He was like, George, how do I comment? Sorry, John, I had to call you out.
It's not even you, it's Beth. His wife calling him out.
Oh man, so John and I, we had a good deal. Marcus, you didn't go back with it, but we went back. We went had our distillery tour. John is a cool dude. Just hanging out with him for a minute, talking with him, spending some time breaking bread with him. He's a good dude. It was funny as hell too. So shouts out to him. I make fun of him because I love him. It's like that's our guy. But yeah, I mean, again, this is hold on. I have John over here. Oh, okay. John gonna be on the pod. Okay, Ship, you want to jump on again? It's a journey with John.
Yeah, we'll just have John come over here, and then we'll set him up, and he'll be a little guest on the pod one night.
At your crib, that'll work. Hey, yep. I like it. But yeah, no. So again, first conference play going on. Hey, Sal, do you want to jump on the podcast? Marcel Howard is texting me right now, so he wants to get on right now with us too. But I don't know if he's gonna do it. But hey, Sal, if you want to jump on here and you want to argue with us right now, we would love to have you on here. We can call you in. Ship can get you in here. We'll get you the link. What you want to do? Just let us know. Hey, I can send you the link, Sal. If you're gonna get on, text me. Joe grew up around the corner from him. So yeah, I mean, I know I want people to get involved in this, and Sal, you're the perfect person to get on because sometimes you're angry as hell, and I want to see what you got to say. Like, man, Marcus, Sal. I'm sending in the link right now. Hold on.
I've never seen big fella angry.
Oh man, I'm about to send him this link right now. Get his ass on here. But again, what do y'all think about coming into conference play this weekend against Oklahoma State? We beat them when they were ranked number 2 when we beat them, either 2 or 5. They were in the top 5 when we beat them a couple years. We always doing something to upset their year. What are y'all thinking about this game this weekend? What do y'all feeling? I mean,
what is Oklahoma State's 0-2, I think, or something like that. I don't think they've won yet.
They're 2-1. They're actually 2-1.
Oh, they're 2-1. I'm sorry.
They're 2-1. Neither one of us have had a game in conference yet. So yeah, they're 2-1.
Are we playing down in Stillwater?
Their coach has been there for 19 years. Their coach is the same coach they've had for a long time.
I haven't got a chance to see Okie State play yet. I just know for us, man, it's just our defense is going to hold it down. It's just a matter of how much better our offense gets week to week. I mean, progress just has to be made, man. If we're making progress offensively, defensively, I think we'll be fine. Somebody has to just make a play at the right time, and everybody get off of Campbell's ass. But it's just a matter of that growth from week to week on our offensive side of the ball, man. Play calling, O-line, protection, the whole nine.
Yeah, so here's some facts. Here's some facts from our season so far. 1, allowed 1 sack by the offense line through 3 games. So the offensive line is playing there. Only 1 sack. The 3 interceptions that Cooper had, the most by Cyclones since 2020 when Mike Rose did it. So we got that going for us on the defense there. 18 straight games holding opponents to fewer than 400 yards of total offense, and that's the nation's longest win streak. So there always are some positives with the negatives, and those are some good positives when you look at that about what we can do. Yes, we went in Ohio. Oh, Cell Block did get on. He's not gonna get on video, y'all, but Cell Block is on. So for y'all that don't know, Marcel Howard, number 75 in our hearts. Cyclone forever in our minds, out there in the middle of no butt-ass where, Illinois, like an hour from Chicago. It took us an Uber and a train to get to his damn house for Bourbon in the Burbs. Cell Block, welcome.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me. Hollywood,
What up,
good
big
seeing
fella?
you. Big Play, what's up?
You too, bro.
And just for clarification, I did live in the city of Chicago for about 15 years before my son brought me out to the burbs. So it's not as bad as George Trice makes it out to be. But
what you want to say, Sam? What you want to get on with us?
Yeah, so I think I'm on the other side. In all due respect, I'm on the other side of the fence when it comes to, I think, Iowa State, Iowa State's football program, where it is right now. Mm-hmm. I don't want to take anything away from Coach Campbell from his successes in the past, because, I mean, we all know. I mean, he's done a hell of a job as far as turning that ship around, bringing in some talent, winning some games that we never thought, Iowa State would ever even come close to competing and winning. But I think where I am frustrated the most as a former player, and as George so eloquently put, a lifetime fan, the lack of passion that I saw in these last two games, especially at the Iowa game, which is a rivalry game. I thought I would see a lot more passion, especially during that last quarter when we had a chance to not only tie the game but win the game. I think there was just a total, complete lack of urgency. He made a comment that he'd rather do things slow and right than not do them at all, and I think that's just not a winning attitude that's going to get you to win those type of games. And then to lose so badly to Ohio, which is in the MAC conference, it's just I don't understand the lack of play calling that was involved in that whole game, or the lack of adjustments made throughout the game. So there's things that have been continuously, I think, a thorn in the heel of this program, and I don't see that thorn being pulled out anytime soon.
So what needs to be done? What are three things that you think need to be done or talked about to recover his image, to recover what we can be as Iowa State Cyclones? What are some key things you think we need to change?
Well, I think the first thing, I mean, let's be real. Don't hire an offensive coordinator from within. That should have been a nationwide search. I'm still seeing the same type of play call we've been seeing for the last 4 or 5 years, which is abysmal, and it's just not going to work. It hasn't worked these 3 non-conference games. I mean, yeah, we beat the brakes off of UNI, but honestly, we should have beat them by 60 points. Number two, I mean, yes, they got a new offensive line coach, but I haven't seen the technique or the coming off the ball that I expected to see. I'm still not seeing, push up front. And we're not going against, big time stud players. I mean, these are average guys that we're going against. I mean, albeit the Iowa game. But looking at Ohio, looking at UNI, I mean, we should have been knocking guys 3, 4, 5 yards off the ball. And I didn't see any of that, those 2 games specifically. And number 3, I think, bring the passion back. Bring the getting guys' ears back on the sideline. I want to see more energy on the sideline. I just feel like the last couple of games, the sideline's just been dead. So as a fan, like I said, as a player, I like to see more excitement when it comes to these games, especially the Iowa game.
I can agree with that. I was in the stands at the Iowa game, and it was one of those back and forth games, but the energy wasn't as big as it has been in years past, I guess, when playing. I did kind of feel that.
Right. So. And I mean, we all watched the Colorado State game. Now, I'm not saying that we have to have flagrant plays like that, but I mean, there needs to be that type of passion, that type of, I guess, war, that battle cry that you want to see when you're playing your in-state rival. I mean, there was a lot of flags thrown in that Colorado State game, but you didn't see any of that at the Iowa State game. And you know, Brett, like when we played, I mean, there was that plus some, right? I mean, I remember when we played, I was trying to meet guys after the game to try to find them after the game in the middle of the field. And I know you, I mean, you have that same passion. So the lack of passion for that game, and I think maybe because, you know, Coach Campbell, maybe he's from out of state and really doesn't know how to project, you know, what that game should mean and how the players should play. But I think all Iowa State players need to take notes and watch that Colorado State game and learn from that as how to play, what that game should be amped up as when it's your in-state round.
So, Sal, let me ask you this question. Do you think, because what I've heard in the past about Coach Campbell is coming in here, knowing he knows how big this Iowa State game is. Do you think there is a level of trying to over-prepare for this game and then neglecting the rest of the season and the rest of the other teams were doing, but you over-prepare? If you over-prepare, you can sometimes shoot yourself in the foot. Do you think that's a part of what's going on, or in your mind, or is that not a case at all?
No, I'm going to say no, because football is a game where you always play for the next play, always play for the next game, right? So you don't even think about the Iowa game until it's Iowa week, right?
Okay. Got that. Appreciate that. One of the other comments that we had out there is like, you know, telegraphing passes, you know, not really, you're not going through progression, but
that
keeping
time
eyes
is the first
on the
game of
focus.
the season.
You say what?
And then the Iowa game should be whenever week that is. So you really can't over prepare, I believe, for a game unless
we lost you out in the suburbs. Your signal ain't strong. You got T-Mobile?
Oh, sorry.
Why he tried
We messing with you, Sal. Yeah, we lost you for a second. We know you were talking about something, but we lost you for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, so what part did you hear me leave off on?
You were talking about, you know, over preparing. You can't over prepare. You talk about that game at the week. The Iowa game should be the week before. That's where we kind of lost you at. I don't know if you were done with that or if you were going somewhere else with it.
All right, I might be. Sorry about this.
No, it's all. We hear you now. We can hear you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
It's all good. Man, that's what happened when you're in the presence of greatness. When you see me and you on with me, I know you just lose your mind.
I mean, to be honest, the only thing that I can see right now is Hollywood.
I'm the host. You know, this is my show. You know, now I must apologize to Curvey sometimes. I've gotten called out by some of my friends because I'll ask Curvey about, you know, him going into his second level after college. And then, like, I think I cut him off and talked about when I played in high school. So, you know, I do take it as my show. Curvey, I apologize.
Hey, it's your world, man. We present it.
Hey, but Sal, we appreciate those insights. I'm getting some feedback on here. I don't know where I'm getting the feedback at.
Yeah, it's probably me. I'm out in the burbs, so it's probably
That's
me.
all good. Now, well, what do you want to say, Cyclone Nation? You're on here with 3 Media, Insider Storm, Revelton Distillery. I know you're going back to meet for the Jack Price 100 game in October. I think that's the only game you're probably going to this year, with you being out in Illinois, not being close as you used to be. What do you want to say to the Iowa State faithful listener? We got 14 people watching us live. We've had 7 people responding to us on all our platforms. You know, what do you want to talk about? I mean, I know you one of the legends at Iowa State. So, you know, the floor is yours for a minute since we got you on here.
Yeah, I think I want to just challenge, you know, the Iowa State faithful. Let's not settle for mediocrity. You know, I think we have a lot of potential. I think, like I said, Coach Campbell's done a lot of great things football-wise, but I really want to see us, you know, go to that next level, see us compete, you know, for the Big 12 championship, see us compete as a playoff contending team. You know, we have the tools to do it. I think it's just wanting it just a little bit more than we wanted it the day before, if that makes any sense.
It does.
So And I also want to say this. I think that, looking at the last few games, I mean, I think that we could definitely make some inroads in the conference. So I don't want the fan base to give up hope. There's a lot. I saw a lot of potential. I think the defense is probably top 10 defense of the country. So there's really not a lot of improvement that we could say there. So there are some bright spots. So let's not. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer and just dig out the bad things, but there definitely are some bright spots. And I look forward to Iowa State beating the brakes off of TCU on October 6th or 7th.
7th, that's what's up.
All right,
yeah,
Hollywood.
I don't know when you
see you guys there as well.
I don't know when you jumped on sale, but you said the same thing. Like Brent said, he said, you need a couple games. You need 5 to 6 games for all these new pieces of coaching to go in there too. So what you said, seeing those bright spots, continuing on some of the things that we did last year, you were spot on, and Curvey was as well. So we appreciate you jumping on. We have been on for about an hour, so typically this is where we start closing it. But I want to give Marcus and Brent some time to say anything before I give it to you, Sale, to close us out.
Yeah, big fella, it was good, hear from you. We're about the same age, dealing with the same age of kids, and just doing what we got to do to survive and keep these kids safe and healthy. So if you need the suburbs and to get away from the rat race, whatever George is talking about, don't pay attention to George. Do what you got to do, man. Stay out there in the burbs, away from all the madness, and live life, man. It's good to hear from you. Make sure you keep the family and everyone safe, man, and God bless you.
Yeah, man, I look forward to meeting Sale for that TCU game, man. But so appreciate having you come on. But man, it's a message to the Cyclone faithful. Just remain faithful, man. No point in switching it up now. We've had way worse starts to our seasons than this. So at the end of the day, it's a ton of bright spots. So give us a little time, things will get better.
And Sale, all black, everything. How you want to close us out, man?
I mean, let's keep it simple. Go Cyclones.
Yes, sir.
Go Cyclones. In the Side of Storm, brought by Three Beers Media, sponsored by Revelton, Big Play Curvey, Mr. Marcus Spicer Sr., special guest on the pod, Cell Block, and I'm your boy, George Trice, signing off for another episode. Hey, we'll talk to you after the Oklahoma State game. Go Cyclones, as Cell said. Holla at you.
Sir.
That's it.